Time for a check-in, guys. I'm a little past half the book. I'm currently on page 234, and I'm enjoying this. It's a cute friendship holiday book to read during the holidays. I definitely recommend it to read during this time of the year. We have a group of 4 friends, Hannah, Finn, Theo, and Priya, who have this Christmas tradition of spending Christmas Day together every year. This tradition started first off with Hannah and Finn, and then came along Theo and Priya. And so they've been celebrating Christmas every year together because due to their each having their own story, they don't have necessarily a family to celebrate Christmas with, so they celebrate Christmas with one another. So nice story of a group of friends celebrating Christmas every year together. But like every friendship, there's problems. You have your everyday life. This tradition started out with Hannah and Finn while they were in college. So the group of 4 friends are now, growing up. They are growing in their career, in their love life. And so it gets a little bit harder for them to have Christmas together, the whole Christmas Day together, as the years go on. And, like I said, this Christmas tradition started with Hannah and Finn. Well, we find out that there was actually a year, one whole year, that Hannah and Finn did not talk to each other. So I'm currently at the Christmas where it's been a year since they haven't spoken to each other, and we're at that Christmas where it's the time for all friends to be together. Priya did the Christmas planning for this year, and she decided that she was going to keep all of them together in the same room. So I'm about to find out what's going to happen, because I don't think it's going to be a good idea with having Hannah and Finn still not settling out their issues. And it's a dual timeline. So we get current Christmas year, like this Christmas, and then we have the previous Christmas. So you'll have Christmas number 1, Christmas number 2, Christmas number 8. So you kind of find out more about their friendship and what's been going on. And like I said, we're about to find out how is it going to go now that it's been one whole year that Hannah and Finn have not spoken. And, we did find out why. And let me tell you, I think I would probably be upset too. But we're about to find out what's going to go on this Christmas. I think it's Christmas. I forget what Christmas number it is. Christmas number 10. Is it number 10? Christmas number 10. We are about to find out what's going to go on. And also, I do want to add on that the current Christmas, there's also another issue going on, because Finn found a job at Netflix, and he is about to move to LA, and all these friends live in New York City. So they're about to have their last Christmas, and that's also another thing that they're trying to kind of plan the perfect Christmas. So, it's just a group of friends trying to keep together every Christmas, but like I said, their everyday life, them growing up, gets in the way, just like any other friendship, any family. And I think it fits perfect, because during the Christmas time, I think everybody thinks of it as a family time, friendship time. We kind of want it to be all perfect, and it's not always that way. It doesn't always turn out as you plan it to be. So yeah, let's go find out what happens next and how this book ends. I finished the book, you guys, and it was so good. I highly recommend for you guys to read this book. If you're still looking for a Christmas book to read this year, let it be this one. Or even if you read this a few days after Christmas, if you read it in the month of January or any time of the year, I definitely think it's a good book to read, because it kind of helps you learn, think about, reflect on important things of life, of friendships, family, your love life. That's what makes it such a great book. One thing that stood out to me is the fact that we had Hannah and Finn, who had been best friends forever, and they had gone a year without speaking to one another. And if it weren't because something tragic happened, they probably would have gone on longer. But that taught them that they lost time. They lost one whole year without speaking to one another. But it also taught them that even though they were not speaking to one another, when it came to bad times, they could count with one another. So just things like that this book helps you reflect upon. So definitely a great read. Highly recommended. I'm giving it 4.5 stars because it was such a great book. Moving on to our next read, I'm going to switch themes here. We're going to go on to thrillers. I am going to read the book The Gift by Frida McFadden. I am a huge fan of her books, and she has this Christmas themed book called The Gift that's only like, I think, 50 pages, but I'm going to read the ebook version of it. I don't have a Kindle, so I'm going to read it on my laptop. I was on the verge of whether or not to buy the book, but it's such a short book that I feel like I'm just gonna like read it right away. Like, I'm gonna finish it right away, so I'm just gonna read it off from my laptop. But then after that, we're gonna move on to A Merry Little Meet Cute. This book is by Julie Murphy and Sierra Simone. And I've seen this book all over Instagram, so I'm very curious about it. But yeah, let's finish The Gift first, and then we're gonna move on to this one. And I'll give you guys a little update once I'm done with the other one and starting with this one. Officially finished reading The Gift by Frida McFadden, and I enjoyed this book so much, as I do with any of her books. I love Frida McFadden. I have read 4 books of hers, and I've read The Housemaid, The Housemaid's Secret, The Locked Door, and The Coworker, and they're all so good. She hooks you right from the beginning, and then from there on it's just twists and turns and surprises that you don't expect. And that happened with this book, even though it was so short. It's basically a novel. The official title online says The Gift, a novelette, and that's what it is. It's a novel. It's a short read. The paperback version is 51 pages and the ebook version is 53 pages. But in this book, it takes place on Christmas Eve, and we have a wife who is currently very stressed. She is struggling financially. She works 2 jobs. It's Christmas Eve. She's supposed to celebrate Christmas with her husband. This is their first Christmas, and he suggested that they exchange gifts at midnight, and and make it very special and all. He has a surprise for her, and her problem is that she's still at her job working. It's almost midnight and she has not bought a gift for him. So while she is having all these thoughts in her mind of what she can do and how this might not be the best Christmas, she kind of also lets her coworker know what's going on. An elderly woman appears, and it's very strange on how she appears. But at the end of the night, she makes her an offer, which might be the only way for her to have a gift for her husband. And well, the rest is for you to find out what goes on. I was not expecting the ending that happened, but yeah, definitely recommend this book. It's such a good book, such a good thriller. If you're like in the middle of reading romances or fantasy books and you need like a little break, this is a great book to like throw in there. Thriller, short, very good. And I finished that, and right off I started the next book, which is A Merry Little Meet Cute. I'm not that deep into this book. I am only 30 pages in, yeah, so 30 pages. And we have B. Hobbs, who is an actress. But she does movies, she does adult films. Yeah, let's put it that way. She does adult films, and her producer has 2 different kinds of businesses. He has the adult films, and he also does like family movies, your Hallmark kind of movies. And she has asked him many times if she can do other kinds of movies, but he doesn't want to mix both of his productions. He wants to keep them separate. He doesn't want basically people to find out that he does these adult films. But 2 weeks before Christmas, something happens, and he loses his main star for one of his important productions that is going to start being on set right away. So, by accident, her B. Hobbs profile appears in his folder of files of potential actresses that can do the Hallmark family kind of movie. And so she ends up being called by him. She accepts the offer. And it seems like there is going to be some situations there because one, she has to hide that she does adult films. Also, the co-star is his name is Nolan. His name is Nolan, and he is like this famous person, but also he used to follow her adult films. And so it seems like from there on, it's going to be a whole mess. I'm not that far into the book, so I'm not exactly sure where this is going. But I'm going to try to read a little bit more and finish as much as I can this week. And if I don't get to finish it, I'll let you guys know at least how it's going. So let's keep on with this and let's see what this book brings.